Okay, Moss. What trick do you want to do today, huh? You want to catch a hot dog? What do you want for your birthday? What do you want for your birthday? You want a hot dog? Be still. Be still. Ah, you're over anxious. Can you spin around? Can you spin the other way? Okay, good. Can you get lamb chop? Get lamb chop. Put her in my hand. Okay. There you go. I have one more little hot dog. What are you going to do? Go get your ball? Good boy. Okay, there you go. Almost your birthday. Here, take lamb chop. No, no more. Have no more hot dogs. Go get lamb chop and get your ball. You go play. We're going to sing some songs. We're going to make some music. Ooh, and I'm going to start with one that I had not planned to do because... Good morning, Judy. It's so good to see you. It is it is nearing election day in many communities. I'm right here in Raleigh. We don't have an election this season, but I know that a lot of communities do. A lot of states, a lot of municipalities will be voting next Tuesday. And so this is a fun song that I wrote a while back about yard signs. We had some beautiful handmade, hand-painted yard signs that got stolen, not just once, but many times. And so this is a solution that we came up with to keep the perpetrators out of our yard. This is called Don't Take My Yard Sign. Don't take my yard sign, they're not yours, they are mine. Why is it so hard for you to stay out of my yard? It's plain to see on politics we don't agree, but that's no reason for you to feel you got a right to come and steal my yard signs. I smirk at things that I can do, surely to annoy you. I bought some signs and put them back there new. You're likely want to snatch them. Yes, I'm bitter, that's a fact. Don't want to harm you or attack you. If you want to know the truth, all I really want from you is my yard sign. They're not yours, they are mine. Why is it so hard for you to stay out of my yard? It's plain to see politics we don't agree, but that's no reason for you to feel you got a right to come and steal my yard signs. You know where I stand, but now we've got a better plan. For every sign you break, it takes more money for my candidate. So each sign you crush to the core, it only helps my party more. You hurt my wallet, but instead you're helping my guys get ahead. So take my yard, no, don't you take my yard sign. They're not yours, they are mine. Why is it so hard for you to stay out of my yard? It's plain to see in politics we don't agree, so that's no reason for you to feel you got a right to come and steal my yard signs. No, my yard sign, don't you take my yard sign. You've got an election on Tuesday in Fuquay, and I know you work the polls, Judy, so I know you'll be tied up next Tuesday. And I will too. I am going to New York. I'm going to stop in in Maryland. I'm going to do a show in Maryland, and then my friend Lynn and I are going to drive up to New York together, where we will go to NERFA, which is the North, what is it? In Northeast Regional Folk Alliance Conference. We'll be there for about 4 days, singing lots and lots of songs for lots and lots of people, meeting lots of people, having a lot of great fun. But we're not going to be leaving on a jet plane like John Denver's song. You know, it's amazing. I have always loved his music, and I've never sung one of his songs for you. So, but it's about time I start, huh? A real funny story here, real quick, is when I was teaching, and this was in my early years because I was still teaching in the music store. One of my students was the director of an athletic club, and John Denver was doing a show in Raleigh, and he was really big on fitness, and so he went to her athletic club to work out. So she got to meet John Denver, and I went to that show that he was doing that year in Raleigh, and anyhow, it was a good show. I'm so glad that I went. And this is called Leaving on a Jet Plane, and I'm sure you know it, and you sing along back home, okay? All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye, but the dawn is breaking, it's early morning. The taxi's waiting, he's blowing his horn. Already I'm so lonesome I could die. So kiss me, smile for me, tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. So many times I've let you down, so many times I played around. I tell you now, they don't mean a thing. Every place I go, I'll think of you. Every song I'll sing for you. When I come back, I'll wear your wedding ring. So kiss me and smile for me, tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you. One more time, let me kiss you, then close your eyes. I'll be on my way. Dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave you alone. About the times I won't have to say. Kiss me and smile for me, tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. That was sort of Peter, Paul, and Mary's version of the song. It's a beautiful song. So, yes, we'll be in Albany, New York. So it's quite some distance from here, but I'll be taking like 2 guitars and a banjo, and I'm going to be playing in a showcase that is called Anything But Guitar. So I'll be playing spoons and kazoo in that room. Well, where did my tuner go? Not that I need it, but I do. And just to double check and make sure, we have finally gotten some rain here in Raleigh. And Judy, did I teach you? Didn't I teach you how to play Leave It on a Jet Plane? I bet I did, because that was sort of a staple. I use major sevenths and dominant sevenths, minor sevenths, all kinds of great chords in that song. It is funny what a little capo can do to a tuning of a guitar. Come on. Stubborn string, the B string, second string is always the hardest one. Okay. All right, you. So anyhow, we have finally gotten some rain here in Raleigh. And so I thought I would do a song. It's an old song written back in the 1920s or 30s, but Doc Watson recorded it and he made it well known. I put the capo on the wrong. Well, I'm not going to retune. Anyhow, this is Doc Watson's somewhat arrangement for Deep River Blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, boys. I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues. My old gal's a good old pal, she looks like a waterfowl when I get them deep river blues. Ain't no one to cry for me, and the fish all go out on a spree when I get them deep river blues. Give me back my old boat, I'm gonna sail it if she'll float when I get them deep river blues. I'm going back to Muscle Shoals, times are better there I'm told when I get them deep river blues. If my boat sinks with me, I'll go down now, don't you see? 'Cause I got them deep river blues. Now I'm gonna say goodbye, and if I sink, just let me die. 'Cause I got them deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, boys. I got them deep river blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got them deep river blues. So, we needed rain, but we sure don't need as much rain as what they're getting at in Jamaica and Cuba. I tell you, Category 5 and Category 4 storms, that is very, very frightening. And so, I'm going to change instruments here. Although climate change did not have anything to do with this song. We have no, we do have control over climate change, but this is about change, and it's about changing the gun laws in our country. I haven't sung this song in a while, but with the World Series going on, this song was prompted by two baseball teams who played each other back in May, the year of the Uvalde shooting. The New York Yankees and the Tampa Rays were playing each other on the day of that shooting, or the day after that shooting. And they usually were using Twitter to talk about the plays of the game, but this particular game, they used Twitter to talk about the ills of gun violence in our country. So I took their tweets and put them to music, added a few words here and there. Things won't change if things don't change. Here we go again, sending teddy bears and flowers to families of children who will never grow old. In our land where guns outnumber people, more than 100 are killed each day. Things won't change if things don't change. Things won't change if things don't change. It's a right to bear arms to protect home and country. White men in wigs wrote a long time ago, but weapons have evolved since the Second Amendment. Would this be law if those men had known? Things won't change if things don't change. Things won't change if things don't change. Now we're afraid for our sons and daughters. Children are scared their dreams won't come true. We cannot be numb. This can't become our normal. We can't close our ears or look the other way. Things won't change if things don't change. Things don't change if things don't change. Things won't change if we don't change. Here we go again, sending teddy bears and flowers to families of children who will never grow old. Sad. And here is another song about changes that are going on in our country, and that is people are having to move to urban communities in order to find jobs. Farms are closing down because of climate change, for one reason, but a lot of small family farmers can't compete with a great big conglomerate farmers, and so all of those beautiful old homes out in the countrysides are closing up, and those front porches are remaining empty now. So that is what's going on in this song called The Old Front Porch. And I have to think how it goes before I can start playing it. Grass is tall, weeds are thick at this old country home. An empty swing on a dusty porch. Everybody's gone, everybody's gone. Abandoned buildings dotted towns, families could not stay. Nothing left for them here, so they moved away. So they moved away. face when life seems so slow. Folks gathered on this great front porch. That was long ago. That was long ago. But the past is past, it's now a simple life gone by. Hard-working folks made this their home, now it's left to die. Now it's left to die. Mills shut down, no jobs are left, it's happening still today. Factories replace them all with a more efficient way. With a more efficient way. Grass is tall, weeds are thick in this old country home. An empty swing on a dusty porch. Everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. Thank you for your comments, Judy. You're mighty sweet. And one of my most favorite students. So, Moss's birthday is on Monday. And he will be 9 years old. Is that not hard to believe? Some working border collies are retired from their jobs of herding sheep and herding cattle when they turn 9. Moss is still a puppy in many ways. He's getting older. He's slowing down. He's got some aches and pains, just like many of us old people get. But back before he was born even, I had a dream where we bought him. I dreamed that we bought Moss from, or we bought a puppy from a man that we used to herd sheep with back in the 1990s. He was a veterinarian who lived in the western part of the state, and since I dreamed that we bought this puppy from him, I called him and I asked him if he had any puppies for sale, and he said no, he didn't, but he was expecting a litter in just a few weeks, and none of the puppies were spoken for, so we were welcome to take what we wanted. Well, there were only 2 puppies in the litter. He wanted the female, so that meant we got the male. And on our way to pick Moss up, we had gone down to meet him several times, and we fell in love with Moss, of course. But the day that we went to pick him up, I had his parents' lineage, his papers, and thought, well, maybe there's a name of one of his relatives in there that might be a good name for our puppy. And his great-grandfather's name was Moss, which was Bill's mother's maiden name. So, of course, we had to name our puppy Moss. And when we went to pick him up and we saw the veterinarian, I told him what the puppy's name was, and he told us this little joke about a dog named Moss. And I turned that joke into a song, but added some verses about Moss as well. So this is called My Dog Moss. My dog Moss will gather his toys, he'll chase after sticks and bones. Once I rolled a rock for him, but Moss would gather no stone. Little boy with puppy breath, he sat upon my knee. Huge brown eyes and a white tipped tail, I took him home with me. It's been so long since I had a dog, follow me wherever I go. To hear him breathe and stir at night, sounds from long ago. A friend to everyone he meets, exploring the great new world. Every moment something new as each day unfurls. I love to watch him run and play amid the birds and flowers. Was it luck that brought him here to me to play and pass the hours? What makes them so special? They make us so aware of the world around us. Perhaps that's why we care. I dreamed in mid-September, vision did impart exactly where I'd find him, but not how he'd steal my heart. We don't realize that we're lost and so alone until the lucky day when we bring a puppy home. That mid-September led me to believe there's something more than magic that brought him here to me. My dog Moss will gather his toys, he'll chase after sticks and bones. Once I rolled a rock for him, but Moss would gather no stone. Sweet Moss. So, now you might wonder, why am I singing a song about a lighthouse in this set? That's it. Well, it's about historic preservation. I'm one of many people who are quite upset about what is going on or what happened to the East Wing at the White House. Even a lot of the senators who work in the buildings, in the legislative buildings, are not allowed to put a thumbtack in the wall unless they get permission. And the historic preservation it's important, I think. I've traveled in Europe, and they save even the Roman ruins in many of these places, so that the young people realize their history. And to have someone just tear down the East Wing to build a great big ballroom, taken away a lot of history of our country and our nation, things that happened. And so this is a song about a lighthouse, where lighthouses come under the National Lighthouse Preservation Act. I mean, certainly if we can save a lighthouse, we can save the East Wing of the White House, but we can't now. Once it's gone, it's gone. And that's what was going to happen with the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. Once it demolished into the ocean, might swallow it up back in the early 50s, 1950s, and then up to when it was relocated in 1999, there was a grave danger that we might lose it. And many people, many of us, fought real hard to save it, and it was relocated a half a mile from where it stood. And the question today is, did they move it far enough, because the ocean is rising? Anyhow, this is called Hatteras, If a Lighthouse Could Speak. I am a lighthouse on North Carolina shore. I've stood strong to guard your coast 100 years and more. Once the waves crashed at my feet, with each storm they did rise. Now the spirals on my body won't fade into the tides. My father stood before me here, though not as strong as I. He witnessed many wrecks at Diamond Shoals, and so had have I. He saw the ironclad Monitor and Spanish galleons in his day, and he was fired upon by both the blue and the gray. His body weakened with the war. It was clear that he was worn. So I was built in 1869, strong to take the storms. I am the tallest in the land. I tower above them all. I warn the sailors of the graveyard and guide them through the squalls. Watch the German warships take our tankers down. And 21, watch the ghost ship as she ran aground. My beacon prisms were polished and cleaned with a loving hand. Secrets I could tell you would warm the heart of any man. I am a lighthouse on North Carolina's shore. I've stood strong to guard your coast 100 years and more. Once the waves crashed at my feet, with each storm they did rise. Now the spirals on my body, oh the spirals on my body, oh the spirals on my body won't fade into the tide. I'm going to do one more, and I know this show is a little bit longer than some, and it's because I won't be here next week for sure. And I think I'm going to be changing the way I'm doing things. Maybe do a couple of YouTubes a month and a Facebook live stream. So alternate them back and forth because I have different audiences in each one. But I hope that if you're here today, you might join me on Facebook. And those who join me on Facebook might join me on YouTube, but I'll let you know what I plan to do. So I'm just going to end with a song that is very dear to me. It's about my grandmother, my mother's mother, and it's a sweet song, and I hope to sing it up at NERFA or on the road, and so the more I practice, the better off. So this is called The Sweater I Never Wore. Thank you for being here today. Her name was Josephine, my mother's mother. Her lips as red as her painted nails. We played Parcheesi, sometimes Scrabble and Monopoly. I put her in jail. She asked me questions, I gave her answers about what I thought and who I wanted to be. Her thoughts were different, she did not judge me, we just agreed to disagree. She took up knitting when I was 13, made me a sweater. It was ugly as sin. The brown yarn was uneven, even it had a sailor's collar, and buttons like torpedoes, there were tin. My friends wore bright colors and cable knit pullovers. As a teen, I just wanted to fit in. I pretended to like it, wore it one time, put it in the drawer, never saw it again. She was a good grandma, I know. How I loved her so. I didn't like the sweater. I saw her often. We made some memories through my first 18 years. And then came college, and then the family. My obligations became so clear. The time between our visits grew. There always seemed so much to do. She became feeble, I became busy. Should have seen her more often, I knew. She was a great grandmom, I know. And how I loved her so. I didn't like the sweater. The last time I saw her, she was sleeping, but I had questions, things I wanted to know about her mother's mother. Where did she come from? What was life like long ago? Were her thoughts just like her daddy's? Did she become who she wanted to be? She remained silent and didn't answer how I wanted her to talk to me. I wished her sweet dreams, kissed her softly and said, I hope she wasn't sore about the sweater, the one she made me, the one I never wore. She was the best grandmom I know. I still love her so. Where is that sweater? Where is that sweater? I do wish I knew where that sweater was. I'd wear it. Especially today, it's a little chilly. Thank you once again for being with us, and we'll see you in a few weeks. I will let you know when.